Uh, Before we dive in, a quick reminder to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. You wouldn't want to miss out on kind of more intriguing movie insights like this. Now, let me ask you: have you ever had that eerie feeling like something unseen was watching, maybe even plotting? Uh, that's exactly the unsettling vibe that makes Final Destination such a standout within the realm of horror. Back in the late 90s and early 2000s, a golden era for teen horror films was booming. It was during this time that Final Destination, a brainchild of Jeffrey Reddick and directed by James Wong, hit the big screen. And what made it special wasn't just the spine-chilling story, but the unique way it made death into an invisible yet omnipresent antagonist. And while the critics initially had mixed feelings, audiences were hooked, spawning a franchise of 6 films. And here's the kicker: Death itself makes 2 sneaky cameos in the movie, but surprisingly not through Tony Todd's cryptic character. The film begins with Alex Browning, played by Devon Sawa, frantically waking from a chilling premonition of a plane explosion. He convinces a group of his friends, classmates, and a teacher to disembark. Moments later, his nightmare comes to life as the plane explodes midair. Escaping death's grip once feels like a miracle, but in the grim world of Final Destination, death is no quitter. One by one, it follows these survivors taking their lives in bizarre, hair-raising ways. Unlike traditional villains, deaths in this film is more of a psychological presence, a force you sense but never see. Um, well, most of the time, astute viewers notice Death's literal presence in 2 key scenes. One involves Todd, Alex's best friend, whose life is cut short in a tragic bathroom accident. As Todd looks into a mirror, a shadow slides across the glass, Death silently based on announcing its intent. And the other eerie cameo happens to Miss Luton, a teacher trying to move on after the tragedy, as she places a kettle on her stove. A shadow reflects on the kettle just before a sequence of freak events leads to her untimely demise. These fleeting appearances make death feel more like a taunting puppet master than mere inevitability. Of course, we can't mention Final Destination without bringing up Tony Todd's William Bloodworth, the ever cryptic mortician who seems to know too much about death's motives. Over the course of the series, Bloodworth's mysterious presence has sparked endless fan theories. Is he an agent of death? Or is he death itself? The films never confirm either, but they do tease us with just enough to keep the questions alive. Speaking of Bloodworth, the upcoming Final Destination Bloodlines looks set to finally unravel his backstory. In this 6th installment, a college student tormented by recurring nightmares of her family's demise returns home, searching for clues to break the cycle. Tony Todd reprises his role, marking his final appearance in the series that the film promises to dig deeper into Bloodworth's connection with death, finally shedding light on how he became its grim oracle. If Death does make another cameo in the sequel, it'll be interesting to see how it's portrayed stuff to just hopefully it'll be as subtle and chilling as those earlier moments. And so, after all, nothing kills the suspense of an invisible force quite like giving it too much screen time. Speaking of screen time, imagine if Death had a creative side gig. You could probably run a killer photobomb business. Get it? With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,